안녕하세요, Cloud입니다. Hey guys, Cloud here. Welcome back to another lesson recap. We're at the last 5 lessons of this unit. The next 2 lessons couldn't have come any sooner, honestly. We finally have all the grammar we need to use question words in grammar. Once we go through these 2 lessons, you'll be able to question anything and everything, except for life. We'll learn that later on. Alright, let's get into it. This lesson is divided into 5 parts. First, let's learn how to make questions in Korean. Cloud? What are you talking about? We already learned that to make questions in Korean, you just raise the intonation. So, 엄마는 먹었어 becomes 엄마는 먹었어? Well, questions in Korean is so easy. Alright, here's my question to you. How would you say who ate? Or where did you eat? Or when did you eat? Or why did you eat? Well, okay, don't worry. We're going to learn that in a bit. First, let's go back to this example here. 엄마는 먹었어? Did mom eat? This is the low informal conjugation. Let's take this up a level. 엄마는 먹었어요? Okay, one more level. 엄마는 먹었습니다? Now, this is incorrect. We've actually never seen this before for a reason. It's wrong. It follows a different conjugation when it comes to the high formal conjugation. And that is this. 습니까? 엄마는 먹었습니까? Another example. 이해했습니까? Did you understand? 내일 학교에 갈 것입니까? Are you going to school tomorrow? Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's look at a different grammatical form. Let's go back to eating, actually. 저녁 먹었어? Another informal way to ask this is 저녁 먹었니? Adding ni to ask a question is slightly feminine, but it's not uncommon to hear a male say it. 힘든 일 많이 했니? 저번에 어디까지 했니? Okay, let's look at a different form. Anecdote time, actually. If you don't know what a 찜질방 is, prepare to be blown away. At least I was. Basically, it's a Korean spa. My Korean friend showed me a video of someone going to a Korean spa, and before going in, they got a full body scrub. And I remember the first words to come out of my mouth were, 이거 고문 아닌가? Isn't this torture? If you go to YouTube and search Korean spa Conan, you'll see why I was so surprised. When I went to Korea, my friend tried to convince me to go there, and I social distanced myself very far away from there. Alright, back to the lesson. Let's look at some more examples. 그 여자는 예쁜가요? Is that girl pretty? Notice here actually that I'm asking, is that a pretty girl? While in the first sentence I'm saying, isn't that torture? 아닌가요 is often used at the end of a sentence to mean, isn't it? Let's look at 2 more examples. I think. There we go. 너무 복잡해 아닌가? This is too complicated, isn't it? 이것은 너무 작은가요? Is this too small? Alright. One more form. 나요. 나요 is very similar to 인가요 that we just learned, except it feels softer, like a softer way to ask a question. It's also used a lot with 있다 and 없다. Let's look at some examples. 보고 있나? Are you watching? 교통카드가 있었나요? Did you have your bus or your transportation card? 어제 병원에 입원했나요? Did you go to the hospital yesterday? Okay. I've combined the rest of the lesson into one big section, so we're going to look at question words. The first 3 question words are fairly similar and straightforward, honestly, so let's just look at some examples straight away. 나는 왜 혼자 하니? Why am I the only one doing this? A question I get asked often is 왜 커피를 안 마셔요? Why don't you drink coffee? Now let's look at 어제. 어제 학교에 왜 안 갔어요? Why didn't you go to school yesterday? Did I skip one? No. 언제부터? Since when? Since when have you been eating dessert before dinner? 아빠가 언제 왔나요? When did dad come? 내 핸드폰 어디 갔어? Where'd my phone go? 그것을 어디서 하고 싶어요? Where do you want to do that? Alright, now let's talk about 누구. I can't possibly hope to do an explanation half as thorough as the one in the lesson, so I'll just explain it the way we understand them here in the clouds. 누구 is actually quite simple to use. The most difficult part, I feel, is knowing when to use it versus 누가. The way I think about it is, if the answer to my question can be replaced with the subject, then I use 누가. Otherwise, I use 누구. Let me show you what I mean. This sentence here, 누가 내일 한국어를 공부할 거야? Who will study Korean tomorrow? The answer to this question is the subject. So I could say, Sarah will study Korean tomorrow. Sarah's the subject, so we use 누가. Now here, 너는 내일 누구를 만날 거야? Who will you meet tomorrow? Let's say I'm meeting Sarah tomorrow, because she's studying Korean. Here the answer is still Sarah to this question, but Sarah isn't the subject. I'm the subject. I'm the one who's meeting her. So 누구 is used instead of who here. Or you use 누구 for who. Again, if you're still confused, be sure to check the lesson out. It goes into a lot of detail on this topic. Alright, that's it for this lesson. We're almost done with the whole unit, so that's exciting. Be sure to hit us up on Twitter and let us know what you think of the series so far. And make sure to check out the dictation video that goes along with this lesson as well. Links in the description below.